Assalamu alaikum. I am Shujat Ali from Medico's Lectures by Shujat, and today we have the topic to discuss about the digestive tract. Digestive tract start from mouth and end at anus. We have small intestine, large intestine when we are discussing it. Basically comprises of two parts. First part is oral cavity or oropharynx, and the second part is tubular digestive system, which includes several structures: small intestine and large intestine. Now, discussing the histology of lips. Lips in histology, we have core of lips that is made up of skeletal muscle. Core is made up of skeletal muscles. Embedded in fibroelastic tissues. While discussing lips, we must know about the surfaces that are present in the lips. We have 2 to 3 surfaces when we are discussing the lips. Our first surface is cutaneous surface. Now discussing the details of cutaneous surface. Cutaneous surface consists of ordinary skin, sweat glands and sebaceous glands. Ordinary skin type, and it has also skin sweat glands and sebaceous glands. Our second surface when we are discussing the lips histology is vermilion surface. Vermilion surface includes stratified squamous cells, plus the epithelium of vermilion surface contain papillae. Epithelium that is present in it contain papillae, and papillae further when we are going in discussion of this detail of papillae contain numerous blood vessels. Papillae contain numerous blood vessels. Now discussing our third surface that is present when we are discussing the histology of lips is oral surface. Oral surfaces includes non-keratinized mucosal cells, non-keratinized cells, and cells of mucosa. Now discussing the histology of cheeks. Composition is basically made up of skeletal muscles. When we are discussing the composition of cheeks, they are made up of skeletal muscles. We have internal and external surfaces and attachments. While discussing external surface or attachment and internal muscles, core are hairy skin and sebaceous glands when we are discussing the external surface. muscles, core, hairy skin, and sebaceous glands. At the same time, when we are discussing the internal surface, we came to know that it consists of stratified, squamous, and non-keratinized cells. Submucosa in the cheeks contain tubulo-acinar glands, and in the same way, acinar or acinar glands are present here in when we are discussing the internal cheeks or external surface. Submucosa contain numerous acinar glands. In the same way, acinar glands are present right here also in internal surface of cheeks. Now discussing the histology of palate. It is basically divides into hard palate and soft palate. Hard and soft. In the hard palate, it contains numerous rigid structures the tongue can apply during forced mastication. Rigid structures present here which tongue apply during forced mastication. When we are discussing the soft palate, we came to know that it serves to close the naso and oropharynx, and it has stratified squamous and non-keratinized cells, and central core is formed by the connective tissues. First is opening of naso and oropharynx. Also stratified squamous and non-keratinized cells. And the content or central substance has the core of connective tissue. Now we are discussing the main feature or important plus point of palate, that is called as raphe. It is the area of direct mucosal attachment where it meets the gums along the midline. Raphe is area of direct mucosal attachment where it meets the midline, it meets the gums around the midline. Now we are going to discuss the histology of tongue. Tongue is a muscular organ covered by the thin mucous membrane shifted to the various shapes and positions. Our first point is muscular organ. And covered by the thin mucous membrane numerous shapes and positions. Now discussing the four main roles which tongue plays when we are discussing its histology. First is the role in taste. Second, role in speech. It plays a major role in speaking. And third is in chewing and swallowing. And fourth role of tongue which it plays is in cleaning. Now discussing the cross section or four papillae that are present in tongue. Our first is filiform papillae. Filiform is stratified squamous keratinized and most numerous and most smaller in all of the four papillae that we are discussing now in this topic in tongue. Stratified plus squamous and keratinized. And are small and numerous in body. Our second type of papillae is fungiform papillae or fungiform papillae. While we are going into this detail, we came to know that it is of mushroom shape and upper shell is narrower and first point is mushroom shaped. When we are viewing it from upper view, it is narrower and shallower. Now discussing our third type of papillae, that is circumvallate papillae. It is stratified squamous and non-keratinized, the fungiform papillae. And circumvallate consists of stratified squamous and non-keratinized, and fungiform is also stratified squamous and non-keratinized. While filiform is stratified squamous and keratinized, it is the major difference between all of these four. And circumvallate is 8 to 12 in shape and V-shape location in our body. Number is 8 to 12 and V-shaped location in our body. Our fourth type is foliate papillae. Foliate papillae are basically the leaf-like and are identical during the young age. Leaf-like papillae and are identical during the young age. In the last, I am going to discuss with you the glands that are present in the tongue when we are discussing its histology. Glands are two types basically. Our first type is anterior lingual gland. In its details, anterior lingual gland is a pair of submucosal under the tip of tongue and embedded in the muscles on the ventral surface of tongue. Pair of submucosa under the tip of tongue and embedded in the muscles not on the lateral but on the ventral surface of the tongue. Anterior lingual glands. Now our second type when we are discussing the glands in the tongue is von Ebner's gland. Von Ebner's gland. Von Ebner's gland have many serous glands and the region is circumvallate papillae, and the secretion of von Ebner's gland is watery. Have first many circumvallate papillae. Many serous glands and location is in circumvallate papillae. And secretions of von Ebner gland, it secrete watery secretions. Now in the last of our this topic about histology is taste buds. What is their role? And taste bud have three types of cell: sustentacular and neuroepithelial. Discussing about a bit of all. And in the last we have a basal cells. First discussing the sustentacular cell. Sustentacular cells are present in the basal lamina and goes to the taste pores. And neuroepithelial is type 2 cells and have gustatory receptors. In the detail of neuroepithelial, they have gustatory receptors. And type 2 cells. And in the last basal cell, they assist the upper two in their functions, and we have taste buds for basically detection of taste and help in our swelling and digestion process. Assist the above two. Thank you so much. Hope you all understand well. Thank you so much.